If repeated feedings over a period of time are required, adjust the Infinity for interval feedings. For example, you may want to deliver 100 milliliters of formula at a rate of 50 milliliters per hour and repeat this feeding every 6 hours. The first step in calculating how to program an interval feeding is to divide the dose by the rate to determine how long it will take to deliver the first feeding. In this example, 100 milliliters divided by 50 milliliters per hour equals 2 hours. The number of hours to be set as the feed interval needs to be the amount of time to deliver the feeding plus the amount of time the pump should pause between the feedings. This means 2 hours for the feeding delivery plus a pause of 4 hours equals a feeding interval of 6 hours. When you enter the dose and the rate, the pump will calculate how long it will take to deliver the feeding. This is to prevent too little time from being programmed. In this example, 2 hours will be the shortest amount of time you can set as the interval feeding. Press and hold the on-off key to turn the Infinity on. After it runs the self-test, the display will show the last programmed rate. Press the plus or minus key to change the rate to 50 milliliters per hour. Press the rate dose key to display the dose. Press the plus or minus key until the dose of 100 milliliters is displayed. Press the feed interval key to display the feed interval setting. Press the plus or minus key until 6 hours is displayed. Press the run pause key to start the pump. The display will show the set rate, the arcs around the run symbol will rotate, and the display will show feed interval. For a reminder of how to prime, set, and run the EnteraLite Infinity, the label on the back of the pump has simplified instructions as well as a list of the alarms and their solutions. When the feeding has been completely delivered, the pump will stop and the display will show the words "Next Dose," followed by the number of hours and minutes until the next feeding. The run symbol will flash without the arcs rotating around it. Once the countdown is complete, the pump will automatically start the next feeding cycle. The EnteraLite Infinity will run for 24 hours at a rate of 125 milliliters per hour. The battery will run down faster at higher flow rates. Slower flow rates and interval feedings will allow the battery to last longer. When running the pump on battery power, the battery symbol will appear in the display. Each bar in the fuel gauge represents about 6 hours of charge and will begin to flash when it is half spent to let you know that about 3 hours of charge is left for that bar. When all the bars are gone, the battery symbol will blink and there will be about 1 hour of charge left. To remind you of the low battery condition, the pump will beep every 2 seconds and the abbreviation low bat will flash in the display. The pump will turn off automatically when the battery is completely depleted. Charging the battery is easy. Plug the AC adapter charger into the port on the left side of the pump and plug the charger into the wall. The plug symbol will appear on the display when the pump is plugged in, and the bars in the fuel gauge will scroll from E to F, showing that the battery is being charged. You can charge the battery whether the pump is running or turned off. And you can see how much the battery is charged by unplugging the charger and turning on the pump. Versatility is a key feature of the EnteraLite Infinity. Besides being placed in its carry pack, the Infinity can be easily mounted directly on a pole or a wheelchair. Thread the bolt into the receptacle on the back of the pump and tighten the gray wheel to secure the pump to the clamp. Tighten the black wheel of the pole clamp to mount it to a pole. To rotate the pump into different positions, simply loosen the gray wheel, then retighten it when the pump is in the desired position. You'll find the unique adapter cover holder on the back of the clamp very helpful as well. There are 4 user preference settings on the EnteraLite Infinity. To adjust the user preference settings, press and hold the on-off and plus keys at the same time for 1.5 seconds. The pump will beep and then display the words beep high or beep low. To change the volume of the alarm, press the plus or minus key to the desired setting. The other user preference settings are accessed by pressing the prime key. Press the prime key once to access the settings lock feature. The display will show an abbreviation for unlocked or for locked. Press the plus key to change to locked or the minus key to change to unlocked. When locked, the rate, dose, and feed interval settings cannot be changed. Press the prime key again to adjust the dose done alarm. Press the plus key to change to beep when done, or the minus key to change to mute when done. Press the prime key again to adjust the backlight feature. Press the plus key to change to light on, or the minus key to change to light off. When light on is selected, the backlight will remain on when the pump is running on AC power. The new settings will be saved automatically when the pump is turned off. It is very important to become familiar with the various alarms and messages of the EnteraLite Infinity and to know how to solve them. The pump displays ERR followed by a letter to indicate that a self-test has failed. To clear the alarm, turn the pump off and then back on. If the cassette is improperly loaded or is not in the receptacle, a repeating alarm will sound and the words "Load Set" will appear in the display. To correct the problem, first press the Run Pause key to silence the alarm. Then check to see that the cassette is loaded into the pump properly and the door is closed. Also, the pump may require cleaning, especially around the pressure sensors. If the pump detects a blockage between the bag and the pump, the display will read "No Flow In" and an alarm will sound. The pump may also detect a blockage between the pump and the user. In this case, the display will read "No Flow Out." To correct either of these problems, first press the Run Pause key to silence the alarm. Then check the tubing for kinks or clumps of formula. Also, check the receptacle for cleanliness, especially around the pressure sensors. When the pump detects air in the tubing, the words "No Food" will appear in the display and an alarm will sound. To correct this problem, first press the Run Pause key to silence the alarm. Check the feeding bag for food. If it is empty, refill and reprime the set. Check the tubing for air bubbles. If the bag is full but air is in the tubing, first detach the adapter from the user's enteral feeding tube. Then press and hold the prime key until the air bubbles have moved past the pump and to the end of the tubing. Check the cassette receptacle for cleanliness, especially around the air sensor. Check that you are using only an EnteraLite Infinity disposable set, that it is loaded into the pump properly, and that the door is closed. Check the disposable set for worn tubing. If it is worn, replace it with a new set.
Good job.
If you are using blenderized or foamy formula, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before pouring it into the bag. This will allow time for air bubbles to dissipate and reduce the chance of an alarm. When the pump has been in pause mode for 2 minutes, the words "Push Run to Feed" will appear on the display and an alarm will sound. This feature alerts you that the pump is on but not being used. Press the Run Pause key to silence the alarm and either program and use the pump or press the On-Off key to turn the pump off. The EnteraLite Infinity is really easy to clean, even fun to clean, if you're 6 years old. To clean the pump, first unplug the adapter from the pump and the wall to avoid receiving an electrical shock. The pump can be cleaned with warm soapy water and a non-abrasive sponge or cloth. Also, a 5% bleach and water solution or a multi-purpose disinfectant cleaner may be applied for about 10 minutes. Rinse the pump by moving it under a stream of warm water. Then dry it with a clean cloth. Only adults should use the bleach or disinfectant to clean the pump. Finally, use a cotton swab to gently clean the pathways of the cassette receptacle, and the EnteraLite Infinity is ready for its next use.
The EnteraLite Infinity enteral feeding pump means so many things to so many people. But one important thing these individuals all have in common is their desire, their need for the one thing the Infinity is uniquely designed to give them: active freedom.